And that slides are due to because we only have to do one grammar approach today, but probably is very different, or maybe it's out of your comfort zone in comparison to what you have done prior to today. So I have put here some sentences, and you have to find out what do these sentences have in common. I clarified you that every one of them are okay. Okay, there is not well, maybe I can have had some typing mistakes, but at first glance they have no mistakes. So I want you to find out which is the point that they have in common. I rely on you. Don't say, oh, I surrender, I cannot find it out.
Todas son oraciones negativas, ¿no?
Sorry, I don't understand Spanish. Can you repeat that in English?
There are negative sentences.
Could be, not exactly negative, but they are used for negative approaches to reality. Yes, could be one of the things they have in common. Yes, but there is one grammar point, not only the epistemological point that you get a good approach to that, but there is one grammar thing that maybe you can find out easier.
The use of adverbs, maybe?
The use of that, okay, every one of them have not only adverbs, but adverbial structures. Yes, they are negative, or they are a negative approach to reality. They use adverbs or adverbial structures. Yes, but one thing more. How would you write affirmation in English? What's the order you have to follow for a sentence? What's the first thing you will put in a sentence?
Subject.
The subject. Then? After the subject? The what? Sorry. Can you tell me?
A verb.
Okay, well, prior to the verb, the auxiliary verb if it is needed. Yes, but yes. First the subject, then the auxiliary verb, and then the verb, yeah? And then the rest of the sentence. Remembering that, what can you find here? Okay, I will put you some more sentences, but they have the same problem or the same point in common. It's an abstraction exercise. Maybe in English it's more difficult than in Spanish. For example, I will focus on the first sentence, okay? What is the subject in this sentence?
I.
I, okay. I is the subject. What is the verb? And which is the verb?
Felt.
Okay, yes, felt is the verb. I will put this in blue. If I know the blue. This is blue? Yes. Okay. Oh, no, I didn't want it. I want this. Okay, but this sentence has also an auxiliary verb for felt. What's the auxiliary verb?
Have.
Have. Okay, I will put that in red. Okay. Oh, Romania. I didn't mean that. Okay. And in the second one, which is the subject? Rarely does he use his credit card. What's the subject?
He.
He. Okay. In yellow. What is the verb?
Use.
He used. Okay. And this was, I don't remember, blue. Okay. And what is the auxiliary verb?
Dog.
Does. Okay. So in the following one, seldom buys Francisco groceries in that store. What's the subject?
Francisco.
Francisco. Yes. That is blue. Okay. What is the verb?
Buys.
Buys is the verb. Okay. And what is the auxiliary? It's not needed. Okay. So it's not it's not here. Okay. In that cases, maybe could be written also with an auxiliary. So I will write that for you. Does Francisco buy groceries in that store to make it easier? Okay. Okay. What these sentences have in common?
The auxiliary is before the subject.
Okay. And in an affirmation, where should it be? When do you use the auxiliary in affirmations? I will write it here. Damn it. Insert. The usual structure is subject plus verb plus rest of the sentence. What is the auxiliary? Where do you use the auxiliary?
After the subject?
Usually don't. We don't have auxiliary in affirmative sentences. But if you have one auxiliary, for example, for making a perfect verb, yes, it should be here. Aux plus the verb in its in past participle, isn't it? Okay, so paying attention to that structure, what's the matter with these sentences? You say that prior to that, so what's the matter? What's the point?
The
The order, yes. The order is how? Can you say that with one word?
inverse.
Yes, it's inverted. Yes, exactly. So we are talking about inversions. In some cases, the order of the structures in English can be altered. So in which cases? And Itzy told me, well, gave us a clue to see when we have to use the inversion. He said when, well, that all these sentences were negative. Okay, really, none of these of these sentences is negative, but still the meaning is negative. Okay. For example, if I use a negative with I have felt so embarrassed, I hadn't, isn't it? Isn't the negative? I will have to use the particle not after the auxiliary. But in this case, I don't use the particle not. I'm giving you the meaning of a negative action. In this case, I haven't been so embarrassed in my life. But now I am doing that, adding one adverbial structure, or in this case, a particular adverb, the never, and then with the changing of the, well, with the alteration, the inversion of the auxiliary and the subject, we find out a new meaning for this sentence, and it is a negative meaning. Okay? And we can see that in all the sentences we have here. Can you explain me the meaning of all these sentences, but in a usual structure? Can you rewrite this with a usual structure? For example, never in my life had I felt so embarrassed. Can you rewrite this with a usual structure? For example, I will give you the example of this one, okay? I haven't been so embarrassed in my life. Or I haven't felt, I'm sorry. It's the same. I haven't felt, or I hadn't, in this case it's the past. I hadn't felt so embarrassed in my life, okay? I have rewritten this with the usual structure. First of all, I have used the subject that was with yellow. Then I have used the auxiliary that is with red. And then I use the verb itself that is with blue, okay? But now, as Itzy said, it's in negative. I hadn't. How can you rewrite this one? Rarely does he use his credit card. Can you rewrite that?
He doesn't use his credit card.
Very frequently, for example. Yes. Yes. He doesn't. Use his credit card usually, or frequently, or whatever, okay? In this case, the meaning of the adverb is what changed the uses of the negative or the positive form, okay? I will rewrite this long to make it easier. Okay, in the next one. In that one, seldom does Francisco buy groceries in that store. Do you know the meaning of seldom? Oh, sorry, tell me.
Francisco doesn't buy groceries in that store so much?
Yes, could be. Yes. I rewrite only doesn't buy, and it's enough for me. And usually. Usually, no, we would say that. It's okay. Usually it's okay, but okay. Hardly ever did she assist to parties where she was not invited.
She didn't assist.
Okay. She didn't assist. Assist to parties, yes. Ah. Yeah. Didn't assist to parties where she's not invited. Yes. Well, can you do this exercise with all the other sentences? It's only to put them in positive. Well, in positive. In negative. No sooner had I told him the truth than our friendship returned. Well, in this case, maybe it's not negative, but still you can change the order of the. Well, it can be written negatively. Yes. Write it in positive. Maybe it's easier for you. No sooner had I told him the truth than our friendship returned. Do you know do you understand the meaning of this sentence?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe when our friendship returned, I hadn't told him the truth.
Well, in this case, it's not exactly that. It's absolutely the contrary. Our friendship returned due to I had told him the truth. Okay, in the very moment I told him the truth, our friendship returned. Okay, we
Okay.
recover our. That was the consequence of the first action. Okay, but yes, okay. Maybe you have to change more structures here. Ah. Friendship, I don't know, that's. The truth. Okay, something like that. Could be one of the possible structures, not the only one, okay? This easier. This should be with a negative form the easiest way. Something like that will preserve the negative form. Excuse me. All right. Okay, can you do that? That sentence? Only when you see her, you will realize how much she has changed.
You will realize
How much she has changed?
how much she has changed only when you see her.
In the moment you see her, yes. Only when you see her, you. Sorry. I have committed a mistake here. Sorry, the will should be here. Will you realize how much she has changed? Okay, yes, and you will only rewrite that. You won't realize how much she has changed until you see her. Okay. Yes, sorry, because it was a mistake with my typing. You won't, in this case is negative again, you won't realize how much she has changed until you see her. Okay, something like that. I didn't buy only the motorbike, but the sidecar. Also, you can put it here also, but also the sidecar. The meeting is going to finish in 7 minutes, so maybe we can do this prior to go to the next, prior to close the class and start again. Not until I saw him in person did I realize how tall he was.
When I saw him in person.
Okay. When I saw him in person.
I realized how tall.
Okay. Okay, it's okay. Your rewriting, it's okay, but it's not, it hasn't changed the. Okay, it has changed a little bit the meaning of the sentence. You can preserve the first part, not until I saw him in person, but changing only this structure. For example, I didn't realize how tall he was until I saw him in person. Okay, I moved the negative from here to here. Okay, your sentence was going to be correct. Okay, but in this case, I want to prefer. I want you to preserve the negative in the sentence. Okay. In this one.
By no means. What's the meaning of that?
There is no possibility of I'm doing that thing. By no means there is not a chance to do that.
Okay.
So in this case, what I will do, I won't pay
won't
for that
pay.
share. Uh-huh. Ah, yeah. Come on. For that share. Never. Okay. No, you cannot use never after them. They won't. Okay. Next one is the same. Okay. It has the same meaning, but as by no means, in no way. I would prefer other structure, but I want you to do the proper one. In this case, it could start with he is
not
what?
to blame. He is not to blame.
Okay. He is not to be blamed in this case. Or well, to blame, yes, but it's I don't like this structure, but okay, he's not to blame for what happened. Okay. Do you know the meaning of blame? Do you know the meaning of blame? Not only you, but all the classes? Okay. He should not be considered guilty. It could be my reconstruction. I will change everything. Okay. The next one, under no circumstance, again, is exactly the same meaning as by no mean and in no way. How would you rewrite that? We have 2 minutes, 2 minutes and 30. Let's do it.
He wouldn't.
Well, he wouldn't. We will preserve the status of the verb. He wouldn't. Accept my proposal. Okay. Next one. Nowhere did that soldier seem more menacing than in the Maginot Line. Damn it. The soldiers.
Teacher,
Didn't.
what is the meaning of menacing?
The menacing is when someone threats you. Okay, there is a risk under his appearance or in his expression. So you felt a little bit vulnerable. Maybe a killer can menace you to kill you. Okay, the soldiers didn't seem menacing. Menacing? Oh, I mean, menacing as in the Maginot Line. That soldiers, I'm sorry, not these soldiers. That soldiers didn't seem so menacing as in the Maginot Line. Okay, and the last one, can you tell me, even if we don't write this, little he know that a surprise awaits him. It's very easy.
Didn't know.
Okay, yes. He didn't know that a surprise awaits him. Okay,